It's Kovacs Report, and we're back with another comic book review. I'm going to take a look at Image's new #1, Blood and Thunder. Now, this book was actually born from an idea 20 years ago from Robert Kirkman, which he passed on to the writer Benito Cereno. Now, listen, the art is amazing in this book. Before we get into it, E.J. Su has done a fantastic job. It is a lot of fun sci-fi, and to sum it up, it's basically Fifth Element if you mash together 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. So if you're into those things, this is the book for you. I'm not totally in love with it just yet, but it has loads of potential. And again, the art is just great. So it's worth the look. It's worth the look. So what's it all about? Well, we start off with this little preamble here where these two security guards on the from the Interplanetary Peacekeeping and Penitentiary Force, they're taking some food to the world's most notorious criminal. One of them's quite scared to even feed it, and for good reason. But anyway, what we find out is that there shouldn't be anything to worry about because they are actually on a ship that's floating in space and there's really nowhere to go. But next to that ship is this giant asteroid, as you can see. Now, the world building in this book is really well done. Before you even get to meet the main character, you're really grounded into what's going on. So we've got these levels on this asteroid, and obviously the high class rich people at the top, and the low levels dregs of society, as they like to think they are, at the bottom. And as it rains, all this water actually goes down level by level, and they flush the sewer systems and everything else. So the lower down you are, the worse it is. And that's the world. So as you can see, flying taxis, aliens, goofy little aliens, everything feels very 2000 AD, very Fifth Element, and it's really interesting. So at the beginning, we follow this very rich, arrogant, for want of a better word, arsehole from the very first tier, and he's on his way all the way down to the very low level where he's visiting a let's say a house of ill repute to get some fun times with some aliens, as they call exos. While he's there being a belligerent, horrible human being, Herp, which is another alien, crashes into him and sends him to the floor, and we are introduced to our heroine, and she has a gun called Thunder, and her name is Blood. So it's Blood and Thunder. Now, this is where the similarities continue even more, not just the aliens in the city. Her gun is voice activated. She can choose the bullets she wants, the ammunition. She just says, I want incendiary, I don't know, any type of bullet. And it locks and loads the bullets. But also it's sentient, so it talks to her, and it's got a personality of his own. So Thunder, he's against killing. He's a Model 1 of this weapon. And we find out that the newer model that the police actually use, it's sort of less humanitarian, let's say. But anyway, Blood and Thunder, there they are. So we follow her down as she's chasing down this alien, and he's doing his best to escape, but he can't. So she catches up with him, and she finds out that what he's been hiding is these books, which are written in some kind of alien language. So fast forward a bit to the police station, let's call it. She turns up to take him into custody. She's met with some disrespect, some misogynist other police that are there, but she gets her own back on him. Anyway, inside we meet the head of the police, and we find out that he was partners, I guess, with her father, who's dead. We don't know how. Maybe he died on the job. And we find out that these books contain information like history and talk of gods and everything. But in this society, there are no gods. It seems that history is written by the people that are in power. So these books could potentially be very dangerous in the right or wrong hands. So there's a mystery there. So the government are suppressing history, they're suppressing information, and it piques her interest. So she steals one of these books very shortly. But while we're there, he tries to convince her to come back and join the police academy. But she says, it's not for me. I tried. I can't hack it. My temper won't allow me to, function as a police officer. But thank you anyway. Anyway, so he also offers her an updated gun, but she loves this gun because it belonged to her father. So it has a lot of sentimental value. Now, I'm going to say one thing about her hair. So I thought it was just a lot of, red hair, but apparently it's not. It's actually this sort of floating, wavy cloud of blood. And we found out that she is actually not human. She is actually an exo. So I'm going to assume that her father married or had some kind of relationship with an exo, and she is the products of that relationship. So I didn't even know until the end that I read that hair was actually this sort of floating blood, hence her name, I guess. I should have known. Anyway, we jump back to these two security guards that have gone missing at the very beginning, and we find out that they've been brutally murdered, and this terrible, terrible criminal, the Scourge of the Galaxy, has escaped. All right, so that's the first issue. Now, like I say, I'm not totally in love with it, but I think this could be a really interesting book. It's done very, 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 very well. The art's spot on. The humor's there. Like I say, you got goofy aliens, you got science fiction, you got a cool character. Some of it is very formulaic. A lot of it feels borrowed from other things. You'll draw your own conclusions to that too. But all in all, I think it's a strong first issue, and I'll definitely be picking this book up and seeing where it goes. So hats off to Image and Kirkman and Benito Cereno and EJ Su for a cracking first issue. So those are my thoughts. Let me know yours if you pick up the book, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and like and subscribe.